Hello and welcome to Lapping Analytics. My name is Jimmy Lapping. I'm a psychologist and statistician with an interest in a range of topics, including financial markets. And in this video, I provide a quick update on two currency exchange rates. First of all, the euro to the US dollar, and the second later on the Swiss franc to the euro. Why am I interested in these currency pairs? Well, for my professional services, I get paid in three currencies: the euro, the US dollar, and the Swiss franc. I'm myself based in the European Union, which is euro territory, so that's why I closely monitor these exchange rates. In a video that I shared on my channel about a month ago, I indicated that the euro US dollar exchange rate had a long-term trend in favor of the US dollar, but that in the more recent times we saw that there was within that longer uptrend for the dollar, so strengthening dollar, there was also a local trend in favor of the euro. And here you can see that this chart shows the last 52 trading weeks, including the last trading week. It's today, it's the 17th of February, so this green bar on the right here is until the close of last week. So last week was the week of the 9th of February, 9th to 15th of February. And so this is the last 52 trading weeks, so kind of from early February last year or mid-February last year until mid-February this year. What do we see? Well, we see that the exchange pair came from levels close to parity, but then we saw quite a strong surge in favor of the euro. Higher levels here indicate that the euro is relatively stronger to the US dollar. Then we see that we had a long period, which is this purple line as it continues here, a long period of more or less sideways, and then we had some upward movement. Let's have a look at some at the levels that you see here with the horizontal dashed lines. This is the lowest low, the lowest high, the median, the highest low, and the highest high of the last 52 trading weeks. So we see that we are clearly in like over the 52-week median, and in fact we are also currently above, slightly above this line of 118. So we see here the sideways window that we had for quite a while, for just, let's see, 20, almost, well, about 30 weeks, so just over half a year. But we see that we have recently moved a little bit higher. We are currently at, as we speak, at about 118.40, so it is in the lower range of this area, but nevertheless we see that we have some bars in the last weeks opening and closing prices in this range. So the question is, so you also see this purple line is a slight trend up. The question is, have we reached the point where we are going to leave this sideways trading window that we had for just over half a year to slightly higher levels? Well, for now, the outbreak above this sideways window isn't very convincing. In fact, the first week we saw a spike up to almost 121, but it came down quite fast. So we have been, I would say, trading around 119, so between 118.30 to maybe just over 119, or maybe this is 119 and a bit. So it's not very convincing yet, but in any case it seems that we are at slightly higher levels than in the window we had before. Let's see how this develops, but it is the case that if we see further strengthening in this area, then also in the context of the video that I showed last month, one would then have more arguments to think that actually we're going to see a prolonged trend of a stronger euro. Time will tell. Second, the Swiss franc to the euro exchange rate. Reason why I do Swiss franc versus euro is because the Swiss franc is currently the stronger currency, so the values on the axis here are above 1. In this case, we can say that higher levels are in favor of the Swiss franc, so meaning a stronger Swiss franc relative to the euro. Again, the last 52 trading weeks, so this bar here on the right is the trading week that ended on in the week before this video. The video is shot on the 17th of February. This was the trading week before. And what do we see? Well, a little bit of zigzagging, but we have at least not as much of a swing in values as we had for the euro US dollar. We see that the range is a bit more narrow here. We also had values in the 103 area early in this year, but then we see we had a move up, again a long sideways window, and recently a move up. This window here, sideways trading window, is ends about at the point where the US sideways window also ended. It's just that it started a little bit earlier. So this is about 40 weeks, just over 40 weeks of, so about, what is this? If you don't count the week, it's about 200 trading days. For the currencies, you see a sideways window in between about 106 to just over 108. But we see that we have been moving up, and we are currently at a 1098 level, which is just below this upper horizontal dashed line. So it's trying to get through that 110 area, and if it succeeds, then we would see that would give arguments to count on a prolonged trend in favor of a stronger Swiss franc. It's also in line with what I said in the video last month, where I showed like a multi-year time window. There I also indicated that we were creeping towards that 110 area, and well, we are still doing that, but it's getting closer and closer, and we might see a break through this area. Time will tell. Again, this is not investment advice, as for all my videos, not intended to be used as investment or trading advice. It's just an example of how you can do your own research on subjects in the financial markets. I do it this way. I program all my graphs. All that you see here is programmed in a program called R. You can get the data for free from several websites. And well, I do my research this way, and well, I'm having fun with it. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below this video in the under the description. And well, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in a next video. Bye bye.